Here we are, episode number 6 of Hearts Align podcast. And this is a very special episode because I have my best friend, pretty much my sister, joining me today, Sandy. Everybody say hi to Sandy. I have known her since elementary school.
I know.
And we either met on the bus going to school or on the monkey bars.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I'm so glad to see you. I love your hair. I didn't know you were a redhead right now.
I literally just did it this week and I haven't posted it yet because I just haven't had the time. But yeah, we just did it.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Thank you.
I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, is she gonna be blonde? Is she gonna be brunette, blue? I don't know.
I know, I hadn't done a funky color in a while. So I was telling Dylan that I missed a color and I always tell people I never want to go red because it's so hard to go back. But I was like, I've never done it. I just want to try it. And I wanted to do it before my birthday because I'm like, if I don't like it, maybe I'll change it, but it's okay.
It's so nice though. Like, it's unique. I like it a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So speaking of which, I had never even put on makeup until you were like, girl, let me do your eyeliner. Let me curl your eyelashes. You straightened my hair. I got a lot of compliments. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Audio cut out for a second.
Was I the first person to straighten your hair?
You were the first person to straighten my hair, put eyeliner on me.
Oh God.
Curl my eyelashes. Yeah, I was just I needed some help.
No.
When no, I'm just kidding, but middle school, it was time. And so you kind of showed me the way. You helped me embrace that girly, feminine side. And I remember getting compliments at school because my hair had been straightened for the first time, and that just felt so good. And I remember I was I just always wanted to straighten my hair forever after that. But yeah, that's my first memories of you. And you would curl my hair for the dances, help me get ready. And I guess my question was, I've never really asked you this, what exactly was your journey of figuring out those talents that you have?
You know what? I wanted to do so much. In high school, I remember my freshman year, I think it was transition class or something. I wanted to be a vet. I looked into Cal Poly and I had my whole classes and everything done. I quickly realized I can't see blood. I actually will throw up. So just okay, I can't do that. And then I knew I always liked to do makeup and hair. And then I think pretty much from freshman year and on, I think I knew I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, you remember I used to dye my hair black all the time. And I always had my eyeliner. And I think later on I got into disgusting thick ass lash extensions, the strips that were horrible. And I don't know why you guys let me do that.
It's because that's all we knew. We were little kids.
But then I remember even thinking middle school, I used to plug people's eyebrows thin as hell.
Oh, you used to plug my eyebrows.
And I don't know, I just always liked it. And then I think out of high school, I already knew that I wanted to go to Lou Ross, and I looked into it. But the time that we were going to graduate, I wasn't going to make it in time for when they started the day classes. So I was okay, I guess I have to go to VC. And then I hated VC. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. I know it sounds so mean, but I didn't want to see people from high school. I wanted just to I don't know, it was weird. And now I'm oh my gosh, I love seeing people from high school. I'm oh, how are you and stuff. I don't know why, but I don't know. I was on my weird journey. But I had dropped all my classes from VC. I didn't finish the semester. I just dropped them all. And as soon as I saw that they were enrolling in at Lou Ross, I dropped them and went. And then I was working at Domino's at the time. Mm-hmm. So I went to the Habit to go eat, and then I ended up applying there. That's when I started working there. So then I started working at like The Habit, Domino's, and going to beauty school. So it's kind of crazy, but I don't even
Okay.
know why I knew I was gonna go. I was just so determined to go.
Okay,
You know?
so just to add to that, everybody who doesn't know Sandy, she has had an insane work ethic since high school. She was my manager in high school. We were the same age, and she got me a job at Domino's, and ended up getting me a job at The Habit too.
Yeah.
Stepping stones. You know, you've just been there for me, man. You know, we've been best friends, like sisters. Um, but yeah. So when you first started doing like makeup and stuff, did you do it on yourself? Would you say like how you learned?
Yeah, I used to practice on myself a lot. I think at first, everything beauty that I liked was makeup, which is weird now. I don't really like it now,
Mm-hmm.
but I used to buy. I think it was ColourPop and like that stuff that was super in, and then I got super into like the eyeshadows and everything like that. I think it was always like trying to get a pretty blend of eyeshadow, and makeup was like the biggest thing for me. And now I'm like, oh god, like I don't even really want to wear makeup, or I'm so much more into now like not wearing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But I have better skin now. I feel like in high school I had horrible skin, so that's what got me into makeup. So I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
my skin is so bad. I just want to cover it up, and I felt so ugly. So I feel like that's why I always used to wear so much makeup. But
You know,
I felt pretty.
so I would prefer not to wear makeup too, but I am actually grateful for makeup for that reason. You know, those of us that struggle with the occasional pimple, especially during our moons,
Mhm.
you know, it's really it helps with confidence, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, and then special occasions too, like it's so fun. Like I'm the type where I don't like to get ready every day, but on the days where I am gonna get ready, I can spend like 6 hours.
yeah.
Like,
And I do get ready now. Everyone's like, "Oh, you look so good," like and I'm like, "Yeah, I did my makeup," like I don't know, but I don't get the "Oh, you look tired" or "You look dead" anymore because people are so used to me wearing like makeup or
oh
not wearing.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
feel that when I wouldn't wear it, people would be like, "Are you tired? Are you this? Are you that?" I'm like,
I,
"No, bitch, I'm just wearing makeup."
my own family, like I know they didn't mean this, but they would be like, "What's wrong? Like, are you okay?" And I didn't have makeup on because they were so used to me having makeup, and I was kind of like,
And
like,
it's such a mean comment. You don't realize, but it's such a mean comment. Like I don't like that.
yeah. So yeah, so now we have a healthier balance, like
Yeah, for
with
sure.
it, which is good. Um, okay, so basically the answer was you were just naturally good at it. That was your talent, and you enjoyed
I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was like super good at it. I just think I liked it and it drove me to do more.
it. You liked it. I think that we become good at the things that we enjoy, right? Um, okay, so okay, now my question would be what influenced you to be an entrepreneur? Because you've always said you wanted to start your own business since we were young. And for everyone who doesn't know, she has done it now. You have done it. And you've been an entrepreneur like ever since you graduated, basically.
Yeah, so I had my suite. I have a suite now and I'm like on my own and everything. And I think I had it last year. This is maybe going on almost 2 years of fully having it, but this is the first time being like on my own. So this is my first year like fully being just me.
Mm-hmm.
I just always pictured me having like owning a salon. I don't know. Like I just always wanted a salon, and I remember always telling people I don't want to just do hair. I want to do everything. I want my salon to be everything, like nails, this, that. Like before like suites were even a thing, I remember saying like I want a room to be like this person has nails, this person has like hair, this person has that. And then it's really weird that it like manifested just to what beauty is now, I guess, like the beauty salons and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody gets into beauty salons anymore. I think everybody's really much wants to be their own boss and wants to have their own like area.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I like at the idea of it being like, oh, you have your own salon. This shit is hard. And I think the first salon that I worked at, it was like an up and coming salon, and I was part of like the startup.
Mm-hmm.
And remember looking at it and being like, oh hell no, I never want to have a salon like this. Like
Uh,
I don't want to work for myself, and I think I want to have my own private area and maybe work with people, but I didn't want to own a big salon like that because of the responsibility was really scary.
mhm.
But I think now where I'm at, I can see it again. Like, oh, okay, I would totally love to do it because I am a workaholic. So if I'm not doing something, I'm like losing my mind.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's like a beautiful thing, something to be like proud of. And you come in your shop and like you did that shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking too much about it. I don't know.
No. I think I'm just really interested because I didn't think that way till I was a lot older. Cuz here's another thing. You decided to follow the dream of having a trade, a skill that
Yeah.
you're good at. And that is brave because everything we were being told in school was like, you have to go to college and just keep
Right.
going to school, and you have to go into debt, and you have to work for someone else your whole life. And you followed the less common path, which is like having a trade that it's not that common anymore. I mean, it is, but it seemed like we were being told, we weren't really taught that way. We were more just like, go to college, instead of like hone this craft and this skill that's going to make you a living, and you're going to live doing this thing that you enjoy and make money, and work for yourself.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if it's more like the Mexican culture other than like school, but
I was gonna ask.
old too much to like go to college and do these things. Like our parents didn't save money for me to go to college or things like that. Like we were, I don't know, you kind of just had to figure it out afterwards. And so I remember like even signing up for VC and struggling to sign up for VC. And I remember my mom calling me crying because she was like, you're doing it all by yourself, and even when I dropped them and stuff, I remember thinking like, am I making the right decision? Is this like a good idea? Like, what am I really doing with my life? And because in school, that's all they teach you is, you go to college, do this, do that. But I remember hating school and I was not good at school. And I remember barely graduating and thinking like, there's no way I can even get into a university. Where would I even have the money to get into university? Like, how does this even work? And I don't know how I learned all the beauty stuff. I just, along the way, you just start learning things and you ask people and they tell you. And then I feel like even now that I have my own suite, I don't really think, oh, I'm like a business owner, but I am, which is weird. But I don't see it like that. Like some people are like, Sandy, I remember you like doing hair in your mom's like little room in her sink at her kitchen. And I'm like, dang, I've come such a long way, but you don't realize it because you're just on the next path trying to learn everything. But, and then I have to stop and think like, oh shit, yeah, like I didn't go to college fully and like I didn't do that. Here I am, and yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's brave. I didn't see it like that until now that I'm like older and I actually think like, oh shit,
Well,
every day is something different.
well, honestly, I think you can go either way, but I know it's not easy. You're brand new and you're just figuring it out. But I don't know. I just like, I'm so proud of you, and I'm sure you're proud of yourself, and everyone, your family's so proud of you. And like my family didn't really, well, some of my family, they didn't really tell me to go to college either. I was one of the first ones to like graduate, one of the only ones. Um, but also they weren't telling me to get a skill either. It was just like, like get a good job with benefits. That's the only thing they said. And that wasn't inspiring enough for me to think about what are my insurance benefits. I didn't understand that yet. I was so young. But now I think that having a skill and a trade and being able to be self-sufficient like that seems so valuable. Like that feels stable, like because you're self-reliant. You're not relying on a job that can just replace you with the drop of a hat if they want.
So I feel like that's also like a misunderstanding in the beauty industry though, is because a lot of people will think like you know, you're your own boss. Like, it's something that me and my, like, in the industry, my friends that are in the same industry talk about, that a lot of people go into this thinking like, you know, I make my own money, I make my own hours, like, I'm a boss bitch, I'm this, I'm that. And it's not. It's, you know, if you do have a job, right, that you have like an 8 to 5, you're going to work, you have a set paycheck that you're getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm fucked. So I have to find ways, like, how do I, how can I get, how do I bring more clients, and what do I have to do? If that week is slow, and let's say I have bills to pay, I'm like stressing the fuck out. Like, what do I have to do? What, you know, what sale can I do? What promotion can I do? Like, it is hard, you know? And then
Oh yeah.
you also go to work, right? And you leave that job and that's it. I'd hope, you know, you leave the work at work and you go home and you go home. But I am my own marketer, I have to reply. I am awful at, like, all right, 7 o'clock, I'm home. I'm still texting clients. It's 9 o'clock. I'm still texting clients. Why? I don't know, but I don't like for people not to, because you know what? That response that I didn't respond fast enough, like, they can go to somebody else. So I'm replaceable just as much as anybody at a work is. Like, you can come to me and not like your fucking haircut, or you know what? You just plain didn't like me, and you could just be like, I'm done. I don't like her. I don't want to see her. I'm never going to message her. You know what? I booked another appointment because I liked it at first, but I don't want to go to it. So if you cancel on money.
It's a whole nother, yeah, it's a whole nother ball game.
For sure.
But I still think it's more wise what you're doing. And I think it's the goal. Like, I think everyone wants to be their own boss, but it's not easy. Hell no. And that's why most people don't do it. It's hard because you have to lay out all the groundwork and get the clients, and you're everything, you know? So yeah.
It is. I tell people that too. Like, I think it consumes a lot of my time. So that's when you have to kind of set boundaries and start setting, like, you know, time for other people, for friends and stuff like that. Like, even with you, I was like, okay, give me a little bit of time and I can try to book a day where I'm like legit not doing anything. Dylan's in Vegas right now. I'm like, okay, I have a birthday party to go to later, but I'm like, let me jump on really quick, you know?
Yes.
But it does consume a lot of your time. But I feel like if you love it, you know, because I'm so passionate. I love going to work. I tell people there's never a day where I'm like, oh, I have to go to work. Sometimes I'm stressed about what client it is, just because I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? How am I going to fix his hair? But for the most part, once I get it, I'm like, I fucking love what I do and I love my job and I'm very passionate about what I do. So I think that's what makes it, I guess, the skill.
You're absolutely right. I was talking about like resources wise, but you just hit the nail on the head. Like, you're talking about mental health. You're talking about having a reason to get up in the morning and not to just dread each day. Because a lot of jobs, like, that don't have that meaning, you get burned out.
And that's how I was when I left. So I guess just to go back really quick, I was working, remember, at Alert, and then I was still working at a salon part-time. I wasn't full-time, like, on my own. I was working in a salon at Oxnard. And then COVID hit. So none of the salons could work. No one of them could open. So, I mean, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but, you know, I worked from home and I was trying to, how do I do this and how do I figure it out? But luckily I had Alert during that time. That was a steady paycheck, but I hated clocking in. I remember yelling at Dylan all the time and being like, you're a stupid account and I hate this account and all these callers are just yelling at me. And I would call out like almost all the time because I was so miserable. And honestly, it was even affecting me and Dylan because I would like take it out on him because I hated going to work. I hated going there. And that's why I do think you have to, I'd hope if you get a job, you love what you do, or you at least enjoy some of it and you're not dreading going, because it takes people for sure.
Yeah, definitely. For me, like, each job I've like tried to like get a little bit better, like like I like it more. I like it more. And funny enough, I'm actually learning now what it's like to be an entrepreneur. I'm actually dog sitting right
I know.
now. I'm house.
I love that you do that. I tell people I wish I could do something like that because I love dogs so much.
So that was my thing where I'm like, okay, what is something I can do that I don't hate?
Yeah.
And working at the shelter, I was lucky enough to gain that skill and confidence to know how to take care of animals.
Yeah.
And
It's been so good.
thank you.
I'm like jealous that you're doing that. I would like tell Dylan, I'm like, I'm so jealous that she gets to be with dogs all damn day. Like I want nuggets.
Yeah, it's something that I really love, and so at least that's a skill I have, that's something. So that's supplementing me. That's because now, I'm doing it all on my own. I'm the only person. So it's like I have a job, but I still need another stream of income. But yeah, it does. Look at what I'm doing. I'm doing something I love,
Yeah.
a podcast, hanging out with my best friend.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know. I was telling my mom yesterday, I was like, I'm going to do this thing with Linnea. And she was like, I know, I've been seeing she's been posting videos and stuff. And I'm like, I know, I think it's so cool. I tell you, I don't like being on the camera. I feel weird.
I did that first.
But I actually feel like this feels so comfortable because it is like I'm just video calling you. So it feels good. Like it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, well that's how I'm doing it for now, like distance wise, and then I'm going to start having people over my house. So it's going to be like we're just sitting in my kitchen,
That makes me so happy for you.
Thank you.
I love
that. I think we all have to have our jobs, and then we all have to have things that we like to do as well. So just fitting this in, because I just genuinely like having conversations and letting people listen in on what we're talking about. I think that there's a lot of value to be found in sharing each other's journeys and stories, like how we got to where we are and what are we doing.
Yeah.
And I like that you brought up your family in Mexico, because I was going to ask you that actually, if they positively influenced you, because I know it was so cool when I went with you to Mexico and stayed with your family.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see, like, so did that influence you as well?
Of course, always. So, Linnea went to Mexico and met my entire family at the same time that I met them because I didn't know anybody either. And I remember thinking, like, I don't want to go alone. Like, somebody needs to come with me. And
you didn't want to fly.
Yeah, I was terrified of flying. I literally cried. Linnea took like a video or a picture of me.
She was praying.
I was like praying on the plane over there. I love that you got to experience that with me because, I don't know, like, my whole family, you know how everybody is. So it's really cool that you got to meet everybody. And you know what I love is that everybody loves you and everyone still asks about you.
Oh.
So they all like, when are we going to go back? Because, I haven't gone back since. But I love that everybody met you and, you got to meet them and see that side too. I think that was really cool. But I feel like you just 100% are like, I love that you've been my guinea pig for everything. You do these things with me. And I don't know, you're just supportive. So you inspire me because I feel like you're brave, Linnea. Like, I feel like you think I'm brave for doing stuff, but you do so many of the cool things that I wish I could do. Like, you surf, you freaking ride a skateboard, like, I don't know. You just do a bunch of, like, different things. I love you because I feel like we've always been so different, but I don't know how we always are just, like, the same. I don't know. We've always been friends for this long, and I feel like, you inspire me because you're different, and I like to do things that are different, and I feel like that's also where we click. So I feed off of you, too, and I do.
Well, so for everyone, I wanted to also tell this story of how we became best friends because we knew each other since middle or elementary school.
Like second grade.
What's up?
I'm like, I think since like second grade.
Yeah, so we've known who we are since like second grade, but we became best friends in sixth grade because we were both the only ones who weren't afraid to do the talent show.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to. We're like, we want to go dance and sing on stage. And you and I remember we were like talking about it amongst
Mm-hmm.
each somehow, and you and I were the ones who were
I'm
like, yeah, you want to do it? I want to do it. Let's do it.
yeah. That's,
And then I just started going to your house so we can like learn our routine, and
yeah.
then I never stopped.
Yeah. You just kept coming.
I basically became a part of the family. I call your mom mom,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
we started calling each other sisters.
Yeah.
And I remember arguing with my dad because I wanted to always be at your house, and he would be upset. He would want me to stay home
I
sometimes.
sleep over for like, I feel like 2 or 3 days, like out of the week. And he would get so mad. I remember, it's so funny. And I remember my mom would never really let me stay the night over there. I could sleep like one night or something, and she would like yell at me because she'd be like, "You can't always go there," and blah blah blah. But we used to get all the time. She's like, she could just come here, and I'm like, "Well, mom, she can't come all the time." But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. I remember those were the days. And you know, you were so nice too because you would do my hair for me and my makeup like in the morning before school.
that's so funny.
You always had my back. Like, thank you so much for that. Like, you've always been so kind and generous. And that's why I think we have like the same kind of like spirit and heart. And so we've always kind of clicked in that way, even though I was like this crazy, you would tell me I was crazy. Like, I'd be
Yeah,
this tomboy,
yeah.
skateboarding, like just doing all this.
Well, because we
And you,
have like a friend group too. Like we always
oh
had
yeah.
different. Somehow, like it was just I don't know. You're just my best friend, and it just worked out. I don't know. It was weird. It makes sense to me, I guess, but probably I think the outside looking in, they're probably like, "What the fuck? Like, how are you friends?"
why, why are they friends? Like,
No.
Linnea's weird. Sandy's cool.
Oh my God. Do you know how many times I get that? I get that a lot from people. They're like, "You were like the cool girl," and I'm like, I felt like I was so mean.
That's why you were cool, because you were, but you weren't really mean though. That's the thing.
That's not nice. Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
you're not really a mean person.
But people will say that, and I'm like, what did I like? They're like, yeah, you hung out with like the popular people, and I'm like, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm never really social.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are a lot of social people, and I mean, I still
Yeah.
talk to them now, but they're all really social people. So I think that's why.
Yeah, I wasn't as social in high school. I kind of came out of my shell later. So that kind of makes sense.
I feel like with me, you were social, so it's hard for me to like say, oh yeah, Linnea wasn't social, because to
Yeah.
me, always social. Yeah,
Yep.
I feel like, oh, you know, I loved you. I feel like we were both weirdos. Like it was fun.
Being weird is the best. I embrace it now.
I'm fine. I love it, so it's fine.
Yes. No, I miss you. I'm glad that we're doing this because it's
I miss your face. I'm like, oh,
um
so long.
okay. So I think those were like all the questions those were the main questions I wanted to ask you about your talents in beauty and your business, and how is the business going?
It's going really, really good. I'm pretty busy now. But I like to do like I don't like people doing their booking online because I like to talk to the person, get to know the person. I like it'll be like sometimes like weeks out or so, so it's good. The salon I have an esthetician in there now,
Okay.
so she does facials and she's there kind of like we try to switch off on hour wise. Like she's there when I'm not there. That way she has her own privacy with her clients as well.
Okay.
I'm hoping in the future to and stuff like that. So like where I rent at, there's other rooms that are there. I wish you could see it. I think you would love it. Um, there's 2 other rooms that are not rented, but they're like connected in the same area in my section, and I would love to take that over eventually, but with time, like I'm kind of waiting for this, you know,
You'll
this
expand.
now, yeah, and then eventually like expand. Hopefully it can be a room where I like teach in, and then eventually I would like to have like a lash brand. So that way I can have like, you know, everything will be in stock in the like one of the rooms, and then one will be a teaching room, and then one would be me working. So like unfortunately I'm already getting like early like arthritis and stuff in my hands, unfortunately. So I've been going to the doctor for things like that, and I have to kind of like wear my like braces after like work, and I have to just make sure like I stretch. And so now I feel like my main focus is more of like my physical health. Like I have to make sure my mental, my physical, everything, like I'm okay healthy wise, and to take care of my body, because like we said, it's hard work. And it, as much as people want to be like, you know, oh, it's just doing lashes,
Fun.
it's
Mhm.
you're just doing hair, my shoulders hurt, my back hurt, my hands hurt. Like I feel like my body is like a 50-year-old or something, and so I have to take care of it. And I just tell people like there's so much I want to do, so I always have to think now, what can I do that's not gonna put my body in so much, like I'm not gonna stress my body out so much. So
Mhm.
hopefully that's like the next things that I do. But yeah.
Yeah.
What about Oregon?
Huh?
So what about you in Oregon? I feel like I want to ask you now. Like,
Well,
how do you like it there?
how do I like it?
Yeah.
It is so beautiful, just being surrounded by the forest everywhere.
I feel like it's so you.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
growing up, wait, what was
there was
that?
like a
I
squirrel
saw
behind
it too.
you.
I saw
Like
it
a
too.
squirrel.
Hanging out. Hey, little buddy, come on. So yeah, growing up, just being with the beach for the first, over a decade of my life. That's all I knew was the beach, and me, I was obsessed with the ocean.
Yeah.
But after a while, I tell everyone I kind of felt like I was living in a fishbowl because, just being in the exact same county your whole life. And I had traveled before, and I think that's why I just traveling at like age 19, like to another country and stuff, seeing Germany, that kind of just expanded my mind. Like, this world is so huge. There's so much. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And so, and my family I lived in Oregon as a baby for a little while. So I always felt like I needed to come see it. And
I love that.
yeah, like so far, of course, I miss my family. I miss you. I miss everyone. But I've been feeling great, like out here, like because everything is so new and just beautiful, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just and then experiencing the snow, like
Oh, it's so beautiful. Your pictures and all that looks so good.
yeah, the only thing was last winter was kind of difficult because it was so long.
Oh,
It was like it's summer right now, but it really was like so long of being cold and overcast and like raining. So yeah, that was a little hard, but at the same time,
why do
it's
you feel like it's hard?
um because I didn't realize what it was like to not have the sun for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that the sun automatically charges you like a battery.
Okay.
Like when you walk out, literally just walking out and feeling the sun for a minute, like it really like gives you energy, vitality. And
Mm-hmm.
so not having that source, you know,
Yeah.
for the first time I felt the impact of not having it. But like I said, I do love the rain and the snow. I love the snow, and I went snowboarding, and so that part, and it's just so pretty that you can't really be sad at the same time.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Um,
My mom that's what I hate. I'm like, she just loves it over there, so I don't think she's gonna come back anytime soon.
right now, I just don't have like a reason to go back. As far as like because I have the best job I've ever had.
Oh, that's what I tell her. I'm like, she's just so happy over there. You just seems so good. Like your energy is just so good. And I know that for you. It makes me so happy. So I know that it's good for you. But I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, like, I have no idea where I'm gonna be like in a few years, but right now I think I needed to be alone. I needed to know what that was like.
I agree.
Yeah. And it really grows you as a person. Um, so for sure, I'm different than I was, when I left,
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, life is crazy, right? I always say that life is weird. Like, you never know what your next turn is.
It really is. There's so much change, and I always used to tell people I hate change. Like, change is bad and awful. But it's a lot of the times, change happens because you need it to happen in your life. And I think if you make it a positive thing, it's a positive thing, but it's definitely choose to, to have your life, like what you choose to have in it, what people you choose to have in it. And I feel like as you get older, that's what you look at,
Yeah,
and
relationship.
and all that. I'm very much opposite. I love the cold and the rain and stuff like that. I hate the sun, but that's why I always tell people like Oregon is so for you. Like I feel like I don't know, it's very you. So it made sense when you went there to me because of how I know you and everything. Just made sense, and I can see the difference that it made for you. So that's why it makes me happy for you because I know you're genuinely happy.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey, of course. Like when I first got here, I got more sick than I've ever been in my life. I had a random disease.
Yeah.
So I was sick for over a year. And so it's just been a whole, like, the expansion that has happened for me has been like, it just like so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like so many changes.
You're good. Like, I'm happy you figured it out because I feel like you wouldn't have figured it out had you not been there too. Because I feel like you were really focusing on yourself there.
Oh,
so
yeah, right.
I'm really glad that you got it taken care of and that all of that, cleared itself up. I mean, I feel like it was a long time, but it goes so fast that you don't realize. And I remember like us messaging each other and being like, we're both sick and we're both going through this weird thing and we're figuring it out, going to doctor's appointments, and us being like, we'll get through it together.
God, you're getting older when you're bonding with your friends over your illnesses, like.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, but so yeah, it's just been so much expansion that I wouldn't have had. It just forced me to change, and I needed that. Like how you were saying, I didn't know how much I was so comfortable without change. And then so to be taken out of that and plopped somewhere just fully new. And yeah, it still sort of feels like a dream, sort of feels like navigating a video game if you think about it.
Yeah, and I mean, you just never know what's going to come. So every day we just got to wake up trying to be our best person of ourselves. That's it.
That's all we can do. And yeah, I freaking love your hair. I know I keep saying that, but I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was really nervous, so I appreciate that you guys.
It looks really good.
Thank you. So like, I was my sister's husband I had posted something of like me getting my hair done, and I'm like, new hair, who this? And then he saw me and he's like, oh my gosh, you really did mean new hair, who this? That's you. I was at my niece's softball practice too, and my brother was like, I didn't even know that was you sitting there and stuff. And I'm like, I kind of like that. You guys just don't know who I am right now. It's kind of funny.
Awesome.
I'm like, I love it, but thank you.
Yeah, it is funny how like changing your hair changes like your personality in a way.
Like it changes my personality?
Well, I'm saying for myself, remember when you made me fully bleach blonde?
I love that. I love all your hair journeys. It makes me proud that I was able to do that.
You're the one who did all my hair journeys. The first one was magenta, but like Ariel red.
Yeah. I loved when you were red. Oh my God. That's probably my all-time favorite. I think I'd prefer that over any other color that we did.
Yeah.
I love that.
If I was still by you, maybe I would probably do something again, because it was just so nice having you like as my best friend and just like anytime I needed like a haircut, like you would just hook me up or, you know, color my hair. Like it's just like, and it was so fun because we were hanging out
Yeah.
too, you know?
Go to like beauty school and I would practice on you and doing stuff, or I need a haircut signed off for the week and you would just like come in and stuff. So I love that.
Yeah.
I love
I remember,
too.
huh?
I love that we've always gotten like to work together too, like in our jobs and stuff. So that was always fun too.
Yeah, we've never had like any falling out.
Well, that's not true, but
Like a real one though, like where we're like we're not friends.
yes.
God, my memory is bad, dude, because I'm like I don't remember that.
Because it's not even important. I feel like it happened and it was just done.
Oh, I think I remember. There's only one chapter in my life where I actually lost all my friends, and I think it was that. Yeah, my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was after Mexico.
Oh God. Yeah, first girlfriend. That was terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that explains it. Yeah. But anyway.
But to me, it was like I never stopped being your friend. You stopped being my friend, but I still love you. So
Oh
it's okay.
my God, but I came back to everybody after that. After I broke up.
First and then me. That's why I remember being so mad.
Well, I chose her over everyone, but okay, that's kind of complicated because then we get to go into the dynamics of abuse.
Yeah.
Because that's why, like, I was being like emotionally, like,
Yeah.
or like psychologically abused. So, whew, that was bad.
Yeah, but
um,
you and like I know your heart and like, you know, I wasn't also like I knew it wasn't you, if that makes sense. So like I remember still messaging you and still like trying to get you to talk to me because I just knew you were eventually going to talk to me. But it was like a month. It was like, I mean, it's a lot for people not to understand, but I just know you and I know your heart. So I just knew that you weren't in a good place.
Yeah, I wasn't. And I went to everybody after and I begged everybody for forgiveness. Remember? I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I remember like, please take me back. I love you guys. Like,
well, I feel like everybody else got that. And then when I messaged you and then you finally responded and you're like, can you meet me? I was like, yeah. And then I went, like, why the fuck did you stop talking to me? I was so mad at you. And I'm like, you talked to everybody else. Why did you do that?
you know, and it's so sad that I literally forgot because that's like so crazy to me that like I did that.
But I feel like because it's so unimportant, like in our thing, like to me it was like I said, I never was not your friend, you know, like I knew you were going through something, and I think if sometimes you have friends like that or just people that you love, it could be a friend, a family.
Those are your real friends when they can tell that something is going on wrong with you. Like
sometimes you take it out on the people that you love, but
yeah,
sometimes not that it's okay, but you know, you forgive them because you love them, you know, and I think that's why it was so unimportant. Like it wasn't like I ever held it against you afterwards, brought it up. Like, do you remember you did that to me? Like
I know, but like I am sorry that happened though, because the fact that you remember it like so clearly, like it was like a big thing. And for me, like I did not even have recollection because I didn't do any of that stuff very consciously.
Yeah.
It was this weird, like unconscious, like trauma response.
Yeah. But I also feel like when things are traumatic or it is a big thing, you do push it way far back in your memory, you know.
Yeah.
So it could be that too. No, I remember clearly.
Yeah, well, I forgot that I just cannot believe that I did that to you, you know, because like, no offense to my other friends, but I remember doing it to them because they were guys.
Yeah.
And I remember like she was so jealous of
talking to everybody first. Like I remember you reaching out to everybody before me. I think I was the last person that you reached out. But
he's like, there's one left. We gotta cut her out.
Yeah.
She's the last one.
I remember you telling me that like when
you were the hardest. You were the
hardest one you had to like fix, and that you weren't ready to like deal with fixing it with me. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get that. But I remember yelling at you first and you just sitting there and taking it like in the car and just me going off on you like, why did you do that? Like, oh, like you're a fucking bitch, but I love you.
Okay, well, this just shows that our friendship is actually really strong. Instead of like never having a falling out, oh, turns out actually we did. But we made it back, and I'm sorry it was so bad, but I actually didn't even remember. But it is important to think back, like, whoa, we withstood that, and we made it through.
For sure, always. I mean, I love you, and like I said, I think I know you. I know your heart, so I know that wasn't you, if that makes sense.
Totally. You know what they say, the first relationship, sometimes they're the worst ones.
And I felt it, man. I knew. I remember telling you, I don't know. I did not like her from the beginning. I remember just, I don't even know what it was. I didn't. I think I met her. It was like Ulises' birthday party, or you brought her. And I just didn't like her. And I just remember just the feeling of like
energy off of her.
What it is, but I'm like, and everyone's like, why? I'm like, they're like, maybe you're just jealous. Like, you're just being a friend. And I'm like, nah, that bitch has had other partners. Like, no, I just don't. There's something about this person. I just don't. They're like, well,
feel it.
And I'm like, she hasn't even said 2 words to me, but I can't stand her. Like, I don't know what it is. I just remember hating her, but I couldn't like tell you because it was like at first I remember you were just so like happy, and I was like, I can't say I don't like her yet. But I remember telling you after, and you were just like, well, I appreciate you telling me, and that was, and I remember afterwards, like, you were right. You were just right. And I'm like, I know I'm always right. But I don't know. But
yeah, you were with me, like, yeah, you were with me through all that, and I think that's why you used to call me kind of crazy, because
yeah,
I'm an experimental person. I realized I have to try everything and fall on my face to know. Like, I'm like, I gotta try it.
That all the time. I'm like, Linnea, I'm gonna tell you, but you're gonna do whatever the fuck you want anyway. But just know I'm gonna be here when it fucks up, because I love you, and
you were always so responsible and like smart, and I was just like reckless.
I mean, I feel like I was always kind of crazy too, but I remember always thinking, like, when we were younger, like, oh my god, like, if my mom finds out, like, she's gonna kill me. Like, my mom's gonna beat my ass if something happens. So I feel like I always, like, whenever we went out, or because we were pretty bad, like, we did a lot of bad stuff, and I remember all those things, and I'm just like, how the fuck, like, how are we okay and alive? Like, how did we do such bad stuff and we're still here? Like, but I remember thinking that all the time, like, okay, like, we can do this, but we can't get into too much bad stuff, because, like, my mom will kill me. Like, my mom will come and get us.
I know. You had a wonderful mom, because she really cared and she was very involved, and there's pros and cons with like giving your children freedom, like, you want to give them freedom, but not too much.
Yeah.
And I had a lot, and I sort of abused that because I was immature. But at the same time, some kids that aren't given any freedom, they're even worse than I was with all the freedom. So it's like a balance, for sure.
I feel like I had freedom, but I also got in trouble. I feel like you guys were always here. I feel like all my friends were always at my house because I couldn't go out. And I think all the dumb shit we did was always like, if I stayed the night somewhere, my mom would be like, you have to be home at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'd be like, I have to go home at 8 o'clock. And we'd be out like house's house. It was so bad. But I remember you guys always being here. So I feel like I couldn't go to your guys' house as much. So you guys were always
here.
It's so weird.
Well, it was great for me because I was like part of the family. Like, your mom would always like feed us and cook for us, and I felt at home. Like, I really felt at home at your house. And I didn't live with my mom at the time, so it was nice to be around a mother figure, and I still call her mom to this day.
Yeah. And then I didn't have like my dad there, so I had your dad.
Yeah, my dad is dad.
Yeah. He's still dad to this day, and I see him.
Yes, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, well, I will let you get going. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or say to the people?
Um, I don't know. I'm like on the spot now, so I'm all shy.
Um, let's just shout out your salon and
Oh yeah. Follow me on Sandy Styles if you're in Santa Paula. I do hair, lashes, brow laminations, lash lift. I'll wax your caterpillar eyebrows if you need it, your underarms, anything beauty wise. So if you're local, let me know.
and she's like really Sandy's really like nice and kind and fun. So like it feels like a really fun experience. It's not like going just anywhere where like they don't really care about you. Like she makes you feel really cared for, and like she'll make you look bomb. She'll make you look so fly. When you walk out, you'll just be like you'll be feeling a lot of extra confidence.
I may not always look like this either. I will not have makeup on, so you might not recognize me, but it'll be fine.
Shout out Sandy Styles. Do you have a name of your salon?
That's what it is. It's Sandy Styles.
I love that. Is there a sign?
Yeah, like the whole business thing. I haven't put the sign up yet just because that's like the door. I'm like hidden, so it's a long thing. But anyways, I have some stuff to do, and but the business name for like the business license, I had to go get the name and everything is Sandy Styles.
Sandy Styles. I love it. And so pretty much everyone can reach you on Instagram, right?
Yes, they can just message me.
Okay, everyone look for Sandy Styles. Do you do guys as well?
You know what? I don't cut men hair, but if they want it dyed, I can totally do that. Like I've had some guys, you know, go blonde, whatever, do a color. I can totally dye your hair, but I cannot cut it. Okay. Unless you have girl length hair, then I can totally do that.
Got it. And also, I've notoriously had difficult hair. Like when I would go other places, like they would be kind of mean to my hair, like because it's like thick, and they would like get like they didn't know how to do it. Sandy's the boss she understands different hair types. Like whatever hair you have, she'll know how to take care of it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey Christine.
I know. She's like, I'm gonna watch. I want to watch. And I'm like, you can come on here with us next time.
Yeah, definitely. We can.
Ask her about momhood. She's a total mom now.
Yeah, we can do this again anytime. We can go with 3 of us, whatever. I'm down for it. So, thank you everyone for being here and for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate your time, and we love you all. Look out for Sandy Styles in Santa Paula if you want to be beautiful.
Oh.
You're already beautiful, but.
Alrighty, sis. I love you. I hope to talk to you soon.
I love you too. Have a great day.
You
Peace
too.
out.
Bye.
Peace.